And we are live. What's up, everybody? I'm Jay from Leprechaun TV, and you're tuning into another week of the Hot Seat, where we light the fire underneath the seat of our guest. And with that, this week's guest is Miss Sonia Elaine. How you doing?
I
Nice to
am
meet
excited.
you. Nice to meet you. This is my first time meeting you. We are actually mutual friends of a lot of people and part of the same YouTube cooks group. That's one way we met. And so I figure I'll bring you on the show and see how you work and allow all the hot seaters out there get to know you, and you may find some new friends, or
I hope so. Yeah.
vice versa. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just give the people a little rundown bio about yourself. Where you're born, you live, and all that,
Okay.
family, stuff like that.
All right. Well, I was born in San Antonio, Texas, and I grew up there. I went to high school there. I went to college there, and then I met my husband actually at a Super Bowl party. He is my neighbor. I lived in an apartment, and my neighbor worked with him for the longest time. By the way, I thought my neighbors were painters because they were always running out, and they all wore white, and then they came back looking dirty. I didn't know they were actually chefs, and they worked for Marriott at the time. And Marriott originally had like all whites, so I didn't even know. Like, they talked to me because I used to like hang out grilling back in college, like chicken all the time, and so they were like, "You want to come to our Super Bowl party?" I was like,
"A lot more than you think."
So sorry.
Sure. It's okay.
Party
sure.
Pop.
And that's where I met my husband. And from there, we had children, everything else. And then I think we've been here about 9 years. We moved to outside of Seattle because my husband's company moved us. At the time, it was Starwood, because Marriott, Starwood, Marriott. Anyway, so now we live outside of Seattle in the suburbs. So, yeah.
Is it true it always rains there?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, but here, not year round. It rains until about June. Then June through September, it never rains hardly. Maybe July. Maybe more towards July. July through the end of September, it is gorgeous. If anybody wants to visit Seattle, that's the time. Do not come right now. It is dark and it's gloomy. It's that's what I think. It's not that it's just raining, it's dark outside. So
yeah,
just because of where we are. Yeah, for sure.
So you're married to a chef?
I am. I'm married to a chef, and he's an executive chef for, I don't know if I'm supposed to say, for a big hotel here. And I also don't put my last name on my channel, but I think that's why you see his coats on the channel. They're kind of all blurred. That's not. But I think by the end of this year, because of who he is, we might show some behind the scenes of a big hotel in Seattle that does amazing things. They didn't do it this last year because of COVID. They make these huge gingerbread houses. And so I think probably this fall they're going to get back to them. So I'll probably show it on my channel. They'll figure it out. I don't want a crazy show up in my house. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of crazy, I got one in the chat. Grilling and Chilling with Mojo. Good guy. He's from your area.
Oh, that's awesome.
I forget what city he's in. But he's in your area, and I got a couple one beer guy. He's actually going to be opening up his own brewing his own beer. He just got LLC'd, and
wow, that's awesome.
He's in Oregon, but your side of town, you know what I mean? Yeah.
There's a lot of small breweries around here, a lot of them. We actually, in the kind of town area we live, there's one part that's like wine area, and then there's all the breweries, and they're actually off the Burt Gilman Trail, which is kind of funny because people ride their bikes on it, and sometimes they have too much to drink. So you see just cyclists there. So. Yeah,
right. We're starting to get more of the microbreweries opening in the same area, so now it's like a pub crawl.
Yes.
Sort of,
yes. I know they're popping up all over the United States. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. You get to with all these new brews, I like to pair them,
cool.
with food.
Right.
what's your palate like, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of the beer community that I follow, they all do, like, there's one show called Beer and Cheese.
Oh, I like that. I like
You know
cheese.
what I mean? Yeah. So they always go back and forth with um
Like what pairs with
different
what?
cheeses and a different beer. So it's not always the same beer and the same cheese. Everybody on the panel has a different
Oh,
beer and
fun.
cheese. So
Yeah.
you get to hear everybody's thought and review of it. That's actually on Beer Man.
Mm-hmm.
8 o'clock on Tuesdays. So that would be 5 o'clock for you guys. Because he's the one
Okay.
that's on the West Coast. That's the one that's
I'll have to
opening
check
up.
it out.
Yeah. Good people. We got the this got to be somebody you know.
Yeah, I wonder who that is. You like the way his channel name?
That is so funny. That's good. Hey, hubby.
Yeah, so that's kind of my background, but I'm the one that decided to start a YouTube channel. It wasn't really my husband's thing, it was my thing. I just want to do something. Primarily, I stay at home. My degree is actually in education. I used to be a teacher and a coach. And since my daughter's been born, I've been staying at home. My daughter is, if you've seen her in some of the specials, she's actually deaf, but she teaches us sign languages some weeks to go along with like the holidays, which is always fun. I think I might actually include her in tonight's, the one we were talking about chocolate, to add some like Valentine's signs because they're kind of cute. And she's visually impaired, and so I stay at home so I can help her with homework or take her to whatever she needs. So yeah, so I decided to start YouTube as like just a fun thing to do, a new hobby. Though during the pandemic, my husband's hotel was like, could you guys do like a cooking video every week? Because originally I was going to do more of like a lifestyle kind of channel, but then I was like, we started doing cooking videos and they just started taking off. And I was like, okay. And they were shared out with his hotel. Nothing like getting your channel going by that, right? So they're not shared out anymore, but this time I still got a lot of subscribers initially from it. So it's nice.
Yeah. Hey, back to your bio. What college did you go to in Texas?
University of Incarnate Word. It's a small Catholic university. I actually got a full ride because of my math SAT scores.
Wow, good
I'm
for
like
you.
a math girl. Yeah, I love math. I love math. My son's actually
how about that new math? Do you know all that new math that's out there for these kids?
Some of it. I don't really.
I mean, even somebody with a degree, it confuses, right? Right or wrong?
Well, yeah. I mean, some of it's whatever. However they can learn is good. I don't know. Some of it I just need a refresher. But my son's actually going into engineering. He's 19 in college. So, and I have a daughter. She's 17. Yeah, he's good. They're both good at math.
Engineering, for sure.
My husband says it's because I tell them all the time since they were little, math is so easy. You got this. You're smart. You can do this. He thinks it's like me just telling them over and over. And now they believe it, you know? So.
Uh-oh, here we go. Here comes the math questions. What temp and how long? That's the only math one I got. But how long have you had the channel now?
About 2 years, I think. It's just been about 2 years. I took some months off, I think, in the beginning of the pandemic, because we were just like regrouping as a family. My daughter had to start online schooling, and I was sitting with her every day at her thing because I was messed up in the beginning. But yeah, so I took a few months off.
Everybody had their own hurdles.
Yeah, I was
every household had some hurdles.
And since she has an interpreter, it was freezing, and then she's like, "What is my teacher saying? I have no idea." So I'd have to interpret. Yeah, it was a little crazy, but we're back to school, thank goodness.
So 2 years, you got 1.73 and 92 videos. Working on 92?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Yeah.
So out of all those videos, what is your favorite?
I I don't know. Maybe learning how to make creme brulee with my husband. It was really fun. Like I've never made it. Like I guess that's been the great thing about the pandemic. My husband, unfortunately, was down to like half his pay or something for last year, and so he was at home a lot, like half the week. And so like all the things that I've dreamed of learning how to make, from like chocolate, sugar pulling, anything I want. I was like, "Can you teach me?" He's like, "Sure. Let's like we have time. What else are we doing? We're not leaving the house."
So we got a math. Can you see it?
If Hobo is driving 67 miles per hour and needs to get to Chicago in 3 hours from Cleveland, how much faster does Hobo need?
Well,
really fast, right? I don't even know if Chicago and Cleveland how far apart they are.
So I'm in Cleveland. He's in Chicago. It's roughly a 5-hour trip.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That might be speeding a little bit here and there, you know.
Yeah.
I think Turnpike is 70, you know, cruising at 75, you know.
Yeah.
That's funny. So now they're gonna be jokesters with the math jokes, you know. But yeah, it's nice to hear your story. I'm intrigued. I don't frequent a lot of the YouTube Cooks page. You know, for some reason my notifications weren't right.
Mine weren't either. Do you know, I just happened to be scrolling and I saw it. Like I never looked, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that.
I didn't even know the group was still alive.
I didn't either. I was actually just looking because I don't share any of my videos out like that on Facebook on any of those cook pages, only because I feel like a lot of people just want like a sub for sub kind of thing, and then they're really bad for my analytics. So even if people like put comments like that, if you can see that, I just ignore them. I don't even answer those kind of, you know, because they're horrible for analytics. People will click on, click off, or just say some quick comment and go through and all. I'm trying to get like real subscribers.
Yeah, that's the rough part about this game.
Yeah, so I know I look at some of my friends who are doing like thousands. I try not to look at that because I'm like, well, and you know, everybody has their own way of they're doing it. So
yeah, and a lot of times, a lot of these groups don't even allow you to even drop a link. You know what I mean? Like they're like, all right, be here for the cooking side of things, not promoting your channel per se. You know, like promotional stuff.
Yeah.
Which is hard because when you make a family in this YouTube community, this little family we got built of, there's barbecuers, there's griddlers, we got air fryers, we got, you know, crock pots, oven, I'm stovetop. I mean, there's tons. We got bakers to savory, you know. So
I'm amazed that some of the channels are so like like they only do black star and they only do air fryer. I'm like, I think that would be hard to maintain, especially if you wanted to keep your channel going for a long time. Like that would be really hard to do, I would think.
Well, that little backstory on my name, I didn't start off as a cooking channel. I bought a Blackstone. Then I was like, oh, I could go live. And then I started cooking. Food's my passion, you know, and Blackstone is easy. Going live on your phone is easy these days. So
for sure.
I combined all of it together, and here we are 5 years later. That's 2016.
Wow.
Yeah. So
what did you start out as? I haven't seen your original videos. I've only looked at what you've done like the last 6 months or something. What were your original like? What did you?
Thank God you only looked.
Well, my first ones are real bad. So I think everybody's first ones are really bad. But I'm like, you must have just leave them there. You already made them, and that makes you feel better later. You're like, wow, my new videos look so much better.
Well, since you asked, quick story. It was me and Mrs. Lepp. We were up here. There was an air mattress that had a hole in it, so the air was going down. So we were bouncing each other off of the air mattress, and I hit record and I uploaded it thinking, oh, funny video, America's funniest video. This is going viral, hon, you know? And so when I uploaded it, shared it to YouTube, they go, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't think that far ahead." So at the
Yeah.
time, I'm like, "Well, you see funny stuff on TV. I'm Leprechaun TV. It's a nickname in TV." So I wasn't in any niche there, you know what I mean? I
You're
wasn't
right.
dialed in on something. So that's how that happened.
Yeah.
And then I did concerts, the cat, pulling a stump out, all the way up till I bought the griddle.
So how long have you been doing just Blackstone ones?
2017, beginning of 2017.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
You must have
Yep.
been one of the first ones that really got into Blackstone then. No?
There's a little history with me and Blackstone. Yes.
Oh.
Hanging around with a lot of the barbecue guys. All right. You know, they're cracking jokes on each other, hanging out late night. And they're like, "Oh, you're just a short order cook." I was like, "Oh no, I know how to grill too. I know how to smoke stuff." You know what I mean? Just because you're only seeing me on a Blackstone doesn't mean there's
Yeah.
anything else in the arsenal, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how that started. And then I did a brisket on my Blackstone.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So is that your number one video? Is that what you're going to tell me? Is that your number one video?
The ribs were. So I've done tri-tip first, brisket, and then a rack of baby backs on the Blackstone, indirect heat, covered, you know. So it was, I called it Blackstone barbecue.
Oh, that's awesome. I've only made, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 Blackstone. Oh, maybe a couple of Blackstone. I got it like last May for Mother's Day, and then you know, I don't know. I did a few, but I probably should have done some more. Right now it's raining so much outside and it's so dark. I'm gonna probably not do anything till like May.
So that was my question earlier when you had said where you're from, and I'm thinking, wait, she has a Blackstone. I'm like, what is she doing? How's she? So I didn't obviously dig far enough that you only have a couple.
Yeah, and I also got, it was last Mother's Day, I got a Blackstone and a new smoker and a new grill.
Wow.
I know.
Man, lucky you.
I had already had a grill, but I needed a replacement. Because of all the rain, it like disintegrates here like really fast. Within like 2 years, you got to keep getting, and I have nice covers on top. So I don't know.
What are you working with now?
On my grill, I don't even know what it is. I can't remember.
You have the master built smoker, electric smoker.
I do.
Yeah.
Because my husband was like, "Do you want like a real smoker with like, we're gonna have to put in wood and you gotta make," I was like, "No." I know that some people in barbecue and smoking are like, "That's not a real smoker." And I understand that, but I don't have that kind of time. And I feel like my channel is more geared to like maybe a mom or a person who doesn't cook all the time and they want to like smoke something. It's good. I mean, we've done a brisket on it on my show. I think, I don't know what Easy Bake Ovens, they say that.
And we do have somebody, Jason, his channel name is Easy Bake Barbecue.
Okay.
And because he worked on that, we called him, it was the joke, easy bake oven, you know.
It is easy though. It's so easy, and it's good. Like I'm amazed. I think it's perfect for someone that doesn't want to spend the time like getting it smoking real wood. And then I know they have like the Traegers or that use like the little, I don't know. They're all good. They're all different.
That's what I work with. I got a Pit Boss vertical pellet smoker, and this thing is, I don't have to think too much.
Yeah.
It definitely is hit the easy button and you still get great barbecue.
Yeah.
Am I going for competition? No. I'm trying to please the fam, and you know, I cater a little bit here and there, but you know, that's what they always ask for now is my barbecue, which is weird. I never thought it was that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
At least you can tell. Oh, okay. So here's the thing about my Mother's Day gifts. Okay, I want to tell you this. Most years I get exercise equipment because if you haven't seen my channel, I'm really into exercise. Actually, was just on a live 2 nights ago. I actually won a big walking competition. I forgot how many. I walked about, I don't remember, like 230 miles last month in January.
Wow.
Anyways, I won. So I'm really into fitness. So most of the time I ask for fitness things, and my husband's like, I can't tell people I bought you a new Stairmaster for Mother's Day. They're gonna think I'm like the meanest guy in the world. Like, what are?
But that was actually something you wanted. Yeah, something you wanted, right?
But it's what I want. And I was like,
right.
Well, anybody that really knows me knows that, I'm the one that wanted the Stairmaster or whatever. Like when the gyms went down, one of my gifts, I think the year before, was a Stairmaster. And we bought off eBay off some gym going down. So
oh, I almost knocked you over. Sorry. Hobo tells the hubby.
Buy her a car. Her legs getting tired. He actually just bought me a new car, by the way. I got a new Challenger. It's a blue Challenger, and it's gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty.
Please tell me it's the V8. No. Oh my.
I didn't. Okay, listen. He was like, maybe we should get the V8. I haven't remember. I have a child in college, and we live outside Seattle. Gas today is like $4.35 a gallon here. I can't afford. I don't want my kids taking out college loans. I can't be like, well, I'm spending my money on the gas car. But it's a beautiful color, though. So.
What's up, Jimmy Q? He says, I swear my wife wanted the vacuum. My nephew has a V6 Challenger. The thing still does get up and go if you need it to. They're still sharp looking. Out of the Dodges, I like the Challenger more than the Charger. 4-door, 2-door. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Some put gas is crazy. Grass has gotten crazy. So.
Oh, for sure. Doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
At least you aren't getting a big storm that's
Oh, I saw that. I saw because my mother-in-law, all of my husband's family's up there in Ohio. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Texas got snow.
Yeah.
I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. So
right, and they have a ton, right?
I'm sitting probably on 12 to 14 inches already.
Wow.
And the thing is it's 30-mile-an-hour gust winds. So it's blowing and snowing at the same time. They say it's not a blizzard unless it's 30-mile-per-hour winds consistently. The gust
I did not know that.
Breaks. Yeah. I mean, neither did I. Growing up, I look outside. If it's snowing that bad and blowing around, it's a blizzard.
Yeah.
When they got all technical on me, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I knew my nieces didn't go to school today, so I knew it was bad. So, because they usually still have school if it's just snow. So.
Yeah. So they're going to the remote learning. They ain't letting these kids get snow days anymore, especially after what happened with all the remote learning. Yeah. Now it's going to be your computer better be on and you better be in front of it.
Right.
If you're not in class.
Right.
Yeah.
And my son, actually, he's in college. He's a sophomore this year, I think. He's only gone to college for actually like one quarter because he's back online again this quarter. Yeah. Hopefully they'll go back. So
is he local college? Community college?
Yeah. So
because he got a full ride. Look at you.
Because listen, he got a full ride because he's smart like his mama.
Oh, hey, there you go. So he's just looking for that degree. He ain't out to go to the big party school or popular school or
no. And he's actually, I think he's going to switch to UW next year. He's trying to decide. I don't know. He's undecided on where he wants to switch.
Yeah, they're transferring left and right these days. Chasing that dream. Yeah, they got something going on over there in the chat. I see Ryan from this is a good group. You got to join this one. Barbecue, Blackstone, and beer. Blackstone Life. I'll invite you, or I'm sure Ryan probably already has, but I'll invite you to my Blackstone groups.
Oh,
And
that'd be awesome.
yeah. So here's the new thing is they got the indoor electric griddle. That's what I've been working on.
I saw that.
So that might be right up your alley. Mother's Day's coming up again, hubby. There's a 22-inch with 2 separate burners on a cart, so you can wheel it through your kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah. And then there's a 17-inch tabletop, 1 single burner, heating element, not burner. And it kind of does the T and goes around in the middle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a Blackstone, and so is it that much different than like an indoor griddle, like one of those big griddles like your mom had that made all the pancakes? Is it different?
Yeah, it's not cast. This is a titanium ceramic non-stick top. So you could crack an egg and you could fling it, and that thing will be like slide all the way across it.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. When I first started working on it, I had to have both spatulas to do stuff. Now you just got to be quick. You got to get up underneath it if you're trying to flip something.
Yeah.
We got Maria. She's on the West Coast. She's in Cali, Oakland.
Oh, hi, Maria.
That's my sister from another mister. Real big on Instagram. Maria, check her out.
I'm an Instagram slacker. I got to get better at Instagram. I know that
I'm the same way. I am totally the same way. I feel
sometimes I even forget to post my videos, or some of my friends are so good, like, and they put up reels like constantly, and I feel like that's the thing on Instagram. It's just so much ads. It's just a lot of advertisement, which I realize is a thing, but I don't know.
For me, it's honestly my photo dump.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I haven't even actually put a lot of photos on there because I've been over in Facebook trying to lure people from Facebook over to YouTube. And
I have my own page set up on Facebook, by the way. And I actually have a huge engagement there. I think I have a lot of older viewers. So they're more Facebook than Instagram, especially because like my mother-in-law, I love her to death. She she shares up constantly. And so goes out to all her, well, I don't want to say old, but older people, So yeah.
I'm wearing Mike's Mess Hall. He's the owner of and creator of Blackstone Life, which I'm rocking his shirt tonight.
That's awesome. I love
it. My buddy David Falk from the other side of the country, Western Mass. He's got a question that he likes to ask every week. What is your favorite thing to cook, and what is your least favorite thing to cook?
Okay, well, I know what my least favorite thing to cook is. I just did it the other day. My husband's probably gonna be laughing. I tell him, oh my goodness, probably butternut squash. Holy cow. I know why they sell it pre-cut and peeled. I was like peeling forever. And then like trying to cut anything that's like huge like that, it's hard. Well, it is for me. And then I feel like my knife might slip. And then he's like, you're not wrong, but let me show you how. And I was like, I don't know. My son's like, oh my God. I feel like everybody in my house actually has better knife skills than me. I know my husband, sometimes he's watched my videos. He's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, hey, I'm not a chef. I'm just like a mom cooking at home that enjoys it. And I do get his feedback all the time, which is always fun, and he's teaching me things, but my knife skills are not as good as everybody else in my house. So
it seems knife skills come with that degree.
Well, even
I'm learning myself. It takes a good knife and the right knife. You got to know your knife.
I do have really nice knives.
And that helps. So all these years, cutting a bell pepper, if you want to julienne a bell pepper, I always did it chop, and it was always messed up. Now I learned a little trick. Cut the top, cut the bottom, slice it, roll it out, and you could just take your knife right across the veins, and then boom, done. I
Oh,
did
my
not.
husband does it in front of me all the time. But listen, that's why I plan meals. And like when he comes home, I'll tell him, this is what we're making. Can you help? Which really means, can you cook it? So, I mean, he's nice to in front because he can go so fast. Like, why would I waste my time? I have to help with homework and other stuff. So I still haven't seen it or tried to been taught. It's just, I don't know. It's hard sometimes. But, and I don't know what my favorite thing to cook is. Maybe a brisket. I'm from Texas.
Wow. So how many different ways have you done a brisket?
I don't know, just a couple ways. And they're not all on my channel. I think I've only filmed maybe one brisket or something. But I mean, I cook all the time. And probably one of the things I need to do is start just filming all the time. I just feel like everything needs to look perfect, in my kitchen. And I have like a lived-in kitchen. But I have kids in there making snacks, going across the things. My dogs are barking and stuff. But yeah, I need to start taping more of my, food that I normally cook or stuff. What makes her feel like a rock star when she cooks? Oh, probably my Mexican food. When people come over and be like, wow, you really can make Mexican food.
That's where I think that was the one where I was like, oh, okay, I could get into this channel. I love Mexican.
Yeah.
It's real easy on the black, and it's easy on the Blackstone or cast iron, anywhere. So have you done the new Mexican craze, the birria?
No, I think that's more Californian.
I do. It's a regular in my household.
It's more California Mexican. I didn't grow up eating it. I'm not against it, but I haven't done it on my channel and it's a lot of grease. Like, it's so unhealthy. Remember,
it is a lot of fat. It is a lot of grease and fat. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's originally done with goat. We Americanized it and started doing it with beef. So yeah, we're using chuck roast and brisket, the shank, the bones. You get the bone. And that's one thing is you have to skim the top of it constantly, because that's what you dip the tortilla in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't done
it is unhealthy. So you probably wouldn't put that out there for anybody in your family. And he says he's a very good assistant.
He is a good assistant. I'm more like the assistant, though. He always says he's my assistant when we make videos, because I tell him this is what I want to do, or this is how I envision it. Do you understand this? This is how it's going to go. So
so that is a thing from the West Coast, Cali, with the food truck scene. That's where I first started seeing it. Then I actually went to YouTube and looked up original recipes, real deal, and I have a Mexican supermarket near me, so I was able to get the ingredients that they were using, but I eliminated a lot and made it my own. You know what I mean? Because I for some reason, clove, cinnamon, those are, I just can't grasp those in my cooks. I just
well, some people can't
pick it out.
I mean,
I'll pick it out in a heartbeat.
Right. It's what you grew up eating, and I don't know, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
it could be what was laid in front of me. Actually, liver and onions was laid in front of me, and I used to eat it as a kid.
Wow.
Now I wouldn't touch it.
My mother made it all the time. I won't eat it. I was like, I can't believe you're eating
that. But so we pretty much went over all of everything that I was good. You You do a good job with being interviewed, you know. That's pretty cool. I didn't have to do too much, you know what I mean? But you know, the chat's always over here. They got their own stuff going on, and I kind of been seeing what they're doing over there, but not really. Do you go camping? Do you guys go camping?
No.
As a family?
Okay, listen. Okay, I love doing outdoor sports. I love running a half marathon. Let's go running. Let's go hiking. I love to go fishing. Love to go fishing. It's one of my favorite things. But I don't sleep outside. And I joke with people and say, that's why I married a guy that works for a hotel chain. Come on. It's cheap. I don't like the bugs. Here's what happened. I grew up in Texas. My mom was into camping. And we went camping. It was like 104 outside, 106 in Texas. Mosquitoes. It was hot. It like ruined the feel of camping. And I realized that camping here on this coast is pretty awesome because it's cool, especially even in the summer. It's not, it's cool at night, but it's not hot. It's perfect. But I don't know. I haven't, but there's still bugs and stuff. I don't know. I can't get past that. It's not, I don't know. Maybe if I went the right group of people that showed me how, I don't know.
That might be true. And Mrs. Lepp says the same thing. She will not go camping unless there's a cabin and she's in there with a fogger killing all the bugs and insects that move. Yeah, she isn't into primitive camping by any means.
Yeah, maybe the glamping. They have glamping around here. I haven't tried that.
If you were in a camper of some sort, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maria and her family, her husband and their two boys, they go primitive camping.
Wow.
You know what I mean? They got hammocks and tents, Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, at least you have hammocks. You're not sleeping on the ground. It's all rocky and I don't know. I mean, now they have like the air mattresses and everything.
Yeah, that helps. Air mattresses help. Before you just go get a
sleeping bag, throw it down.
Just go get a raft, a swimming pool raft.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do we got? Dave over here with another super chat. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you, man.
The home cook without a channel.
Don't forget the home cook without a channel. That's him. He bought all this equipment and he wants to start producing content.
Okay.
The guy could cook. You know what I mean? We see what he's doing over on Facebook and Instagram and all that. You know what I mean? Dropping photos and stuff. We see he could cook, but
he has to start a channel.
Yeah, he still hasn't done the first video yet. I said, man, just get on camera with your phone and just do it.
I think the hardest one is the first few because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to upload. Like everybody's got to learn some. And now there's more and more videos of how to do it. I've had a lot of encouragement, especially for my son. He's like, Mom, I think you should do it. You watch YouTube. You can talk. You don't get nervous. You should do this. So you should do it, David. That's what I think.
At least start it with a little bio about yourself. Newly engaged. I mean, there's got to be something you're gonna just turn the camera on. You don't have to upload that. Just get used to being in front of the camera because there's nobody else. At one time, I thought about drawing fans and putting it up behind the camera like I was actually speaking to people.
Yeah. Oh, that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. It helps people because they're like, they want to look directly into that camera and then they get lost in what they're going to say. Well, you put it behind the camera, you're still going to be looking at the camera, but you're going to be looking at people, maybe your favorite face, your mom, your dad, your kids, whatever.
That's a great idea. I usually do have, people because my kids are always walking around. I'm always like, please be quiet.
Now you're trying to focus and stay into the camera instead of looking away.
Yeah.
That's a little different. Yeah. The other way around.
Well, hi, Carla.
Yeah, Carla. That's our sister from Chicago, or not outside of Chicago. She's from
We're
Illinois.
cold today. All you guys are cold today.
Yeah, she's a Bulls and a Blackhawks fan.
Oh.
We forget about that stuff, but yeah. We got Mike's Mess Hall, glamping for sure. Australia's 300. Yeah, that's a big one. That could house the whole family. And
for
some.
sure. I think my first apartment in college was only 500 square feet, and that was everything, including the kitchen, like the whole thing.
My buddy Josh from Last Beer wants to know: is there anything too intimidating to cook for you?
Some Chinese food and a wok. I'll tell you why. I feel like, I didn't grow up cooking Chinese. I obviously went out to dinner, right? But I feel like whenever my husband does it and stuff, it goes so fast. I know it's all about the prep work, but I still feel like it gets really hot. Maybe I just need to practice more. It's very intimidating. I'm not sure why. I think
moving it around and just keeping it going.
Even like, let's say like the fried rice. I feel like that goes really fast in your black zone. My daughter is amazing at it. I think because she's just like, and like with the eggs, she's like,
yeah, look like the dude on the Muppets.
Yeah. So I feel like certain Chinese food and cooking a wok is probably really intimidating, and I just need to get over it and just try it a few times. That's all. So.
Oh man, my buddy, man, we just had a meetup at his house in Indiana. We called it Keith Fest, and we had some great barbecue from Everett Barbecue. He came down and he cooked for all of us. And right after we left, Keith had to go see a doctor, and they told him there's cancer. So he's been poked and prodded for the almost a year, and he did his last. He only had to go for radiation, so it wasn't.
That's good.
Yeah. The chemo didn't get into his body. This dude's like a rock star, man. To all of us.
Like one, that's for sure.
Yeah, love you, Keith. Good to see you back, brother. But,
so what is your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing?
Yeah.
Mexican comes natural. I grew up on the near west side of Cleveland, Ohio, which was predominantly Hispanic.
I did not know that.
Whether it was Mexican, Dominican, or Puerto Rican. So all of my friends and stuff, I'd be going to their house to eat and stuff like that, and I just love me some tacos, man. My guilty pleasure is Taco Bell. But yeah, it's Mexican over there on the Blackstone because it's so easy. You know what I mean? Everybody else did the fried rice and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not big on that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially not well versed like you. I just don't.
Right. I grew up cooking it, so to me, it's yeah. Some of the stuff is so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did not know that about Cleveland, by the way. So.
Yeah, it's the near west side, actually.
Next time I fly into Cleveland, I'll have to text you and you tell me where to go eat.
I'll whatever you want. I got you. It's man, we got a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. Like where I live, I'm outside in the suburb. There's a Polish village. Mrs. Lep is Polska. So there's a lot of there's Mom's Pierogi at the top of the street, so there's a lot of pierogies. I
feel like I've been missing out because my husband's family lives outside of Cleveland, so we just fly in. We'll just pick up something that just.
Where are you guys at?
Huh?
Where are you guys at?
His family lives outside of Warren, Ohio, and Youngstown and Champion area, kind of.
Yeah, that's east of me. Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes we fly into Cleveland, sometimes we fly into Pittsburgh, whatever's cheaper. So
you are in between both.
yeah.
Yeah,
But most of
yeah.
the time it's Cleveland. So we usually fly in and then drive around there. We've gone to some like the Amish area, which is always fun. They have a lot of great restaurants too. So
yeah, for sure. Everybody over there, I see a few new people came in. Rick's Barbecue and Specialties, good guy out of Texas.
yes, he is. I think it's on Monday night. I sometimes pop in. I think it's Monday night, right? He's live on Monday. I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. We got Eric from Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue, which I'd have to scroll up to highlight him, but he actually lives on a farm and he has a round house. It's round.
That's cool.
I swear to God, it's round. I'm like, what a perfect name. You know what I mean? For a channel. But he's always out there smoking and grilling. There's a lot of Texas folk up in that come through here.
Well, they have the best barbecue. I mean,
hey, you sound like a lot of them. You guys are very, very confident in yourselves. But we know a bunch of great great barbecue channels that honestly a lot of them are from Texas. Honestly, you know what I mean? A lot of YouTube family in the barbecue community is predominantly Texas. Chicken Fried Barbecue. He's on the circuit competing. We got Chef Johnny, which is Texas style barbecue and cuisine. Like I said, Eric from Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue. We got another Eric, Camp House Barbecue, where he does a lot of the hunts. You know, where he'll guide you on a hunt.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some girls are against that, but not me.
Did your family do a lot of hunting in Texas?
No. Ironically, I grew up learning. I knew how to shoot a gun, if that's what you're asking, and we went out a few times, but no. Like, I never really shoot or anything, and I actually went to my husband's family, and one of his uncles lives out like in the middle of nowhere, and he had guns and stuff. And he took them out, and he drew up some. Can't remember what we were shooting, but and my son was like, "Oh my God, you know how to use a gun, and you're so good." And I was like, "Hello, I'm from Texas. You know how to use a gun there." You grew up shooting things in our backyard, probably. Because I have an older brother, so he always he even had like a bow and arrow, and he had all kinds of stuff. I don't know, and you have to think, I'm in my, mid-40s. So back then people didn't think of anything of you shooting your, bow and arrow or your BB guns or anything in the backyard. Now people would probably freak out, but
yeah. There's some great cooks that come out of Texas.
Yeah. And I'm sure it originally is because that's where cattle's from, Texas, right. Oklahoma, so.
Are you hip to Snake River Farms out of Texas?
No, I don't think I've heard of them.
Six Brothers Beef.
I have heard of it. Yeah.
Six Brothers Beef Company. Okay, cool. Just wondering, you ever heard of Uncle Steve Shake out of Texas?
Well, I did not know about him till he was I think he was on a live I was in or something, or maybe he sent it to one of my friend's channels. I feel like maybe she used it in one of her lives or something. I think he was in the chat maybe. So. Yeah.
Yes. Great seasonings over there. Have to hook you up.
I'd love to try it.
I'll get with Steve and we'll send you a care package out. How about that?
Awesome.
Yeah. You love to do brisket, man. You could pick practically every single one. He's got 12 flavors. Practically every single one would work in some kind of combo or whatnot on a brisket.
That's awesome. I think that's great that he started his own seasoning company. That's awesome. for sure.
Here's his here's his catchphrase. Get you some. He's
Yeah.
he's at the Buc-ee's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Mm-hmm. We got Frack Daddy in the house. He's from Texas. Frack Daddy Barbecue.
Yeah.
We got tons and tons from
they must have known.
Yeah, they heard, hey, there's this Texas chick on the hot seat, and it went through to all the groups, and here they're all showing up. We got Skinner Farms from Indiana. Met him down at Keith Fest with Keith Bedtag. But yeah.
And it's so nice that, like, to be on YouTube, you meet so many interesting people that has just, you know, they're so good at what they do, whether it be barbecue or making their own seasoning. It's so cool.
Here you go. There you go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I will get it to you.
You guys will get to experience what's been got my taste buds wrapped up for the past 2 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
I try other stuff. Believe me, I try other stuff. I just find myself just for certain things.
Right.
And I don't like I don't have a cookbook of stuff. You know what I mean? So so I might be repetitive in a sense, like smash burgers on the Blackstone.
That's what I had last night.
Yeah, right. So I know on a smash burger I'm using the original. And any other flavor works. I understand it, but something I like is the Goya adobo and Uncle Steve shake mixed, the original mixed together on my smash burger. I don't need a condiment. All I need is, you know, I do the Oklahoma fried onion smash burger. Are you hip to that?
I haven't had one. But
so you make your onions translucent, shave them real thin, and when you drop the ball on the Blackstone, you put a handful of the onions on. So when you smash, it's cooking the onions too, and then when you flip and get that sear on the other side, it's frying those onions too. So it's a good bun, good seasoning, good 80-20 beef. Thinly sliced onions, and that's all you need with my smash burgers.
Wow, that's good.
And that's what I encourage people to actually take one bite without putting ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato.
Yeah, my husband always says try everything without, like, before you add any more seasoning, try it.
Yes. So, yep.
Sure.
I got Mrs. Lepp to finally eat a steak the right way. How do you like your steak?
Kind of medium, probably.
Okay.
Like, I like it pink, but I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. Like, my husband will eat it medium rare, kind of. I'm not there. Mine's probably more medium. So.
Right. So with me, you know, I'm on the medium rare side. Give me some juice to swabble up, you know what I mean, and put it to that bite.
Oh, my husband can't stand people eat, like, well done, especially if they're going to spend a huge amount of money on a steak. He's like, people at big, like, galas and stuff, they don't cook them that way, and they'll send them back to the kitchen for them to, like, cook them further. And my husband's like, what do I mean? I don't know.
I think I might have to have the hubby on for a hot seat.
That would be fun.
Switch you guys out.
Okay.
But, you know, and I understand he has to protect his, place of business and image. You know what I mean?
He signed some releases from work. Like, he went to HR and said, you know.
I was gonna say, you don't want to. I mean, I understand it's an income, but you also got to live too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's other ways to make money on these platforms.
Right. Oh, for sure.
So you have to have some.
So are you like on TikTok and other stuff too? You are. I haven't done TikTok.
I just got on and I just made it over 100, and I did my first video, which was Beria Ramen. So yeah.
That's cool.
I'm trying to keep it the same. Obviously, excuse me, my Facebook is different. That's my government name. But I never wanted to create a Facebook page. I could have. But
I have one that's my personal and then one that's like for my channel. So, because I didn't want to combine them. I didn't want some people that maybe are not into watching cooking or something to be like flooded with all my other stuff. I don't know.
Right. And that's the thing is you don't want to saturate your brand because you're branding yourself at the end of the day.
I mean, every once in a great while, if I come up with some really good video or something, I'll share it there. So, yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah, so we're rolling up on the hour. Great to meet you. You're awesome.
This was super fun. I really appreciate you having me on today. Sorry, my husband didn't want to
be in the chat. I'll be in the chat. Actually, I'm glad he was in the chat than versus on the camera because that's how we do things. There's a party over there, and then there's an interview here.
Yeah. And I have to say, I'm so appreciative of all my family. Like, even like my first lives and stuff, like my son's friends were in the chat helping me. Like, I've had so much help with my channel. I've been really lucky. Like, a lot of my subscribers are probably my son's friends that are college kids. So, but they also give me ideas of like what a college student might be looking to watch right now or what's trending or, you know, things like that. So, yeah.
Well, Maria got to run.
Maria, have to look at your channel.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will be linking up tonight.
Well, that'd be awesome.
You know,
make sure I go see everyone's channel. For sure.
I appreciate you coming on and giving me a chance to actually allow the people to get to know you myself. For one, it was a great interview. You rocked it. You killed it.
Thank you.
You and your family, continued success and much love from the hot seat and myself, Leprechaun TV. The chat is still over there bumping. So what I do now is I usually drop a link and we'll go off air. You're more than welcome to stick around after the fact, but we're gonna close it out together. And
well, thanks you guys. It was so nice meeting everybody, and this was super fun.
Yeah. So it's the same on YouTube, Instagram,
Facebook.
There's a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Twitter. You got Twitter?
No. I should.
Twitch? You twitching?
No, but my son is like, you should.
Read it?
No. Are you on Reddit?
Reddit or what is it? Read it or Reddit?
Reddit. No, I'm not on it.
TikTok?
Not yet. I might. Right. It's just I haven't done it yet. I've been thinking about it. I just started really watching TikToks. My whole family's into it. I'm not, but I'm starting to get more into it. So
right.
And I know it's the next platform that's really taking off. I mean, it's already taken off. So.
It is. And
I think YouTube slowed down some. I think because now TikTok's got so big. So. See, you can tell he's a great guy. We've been married actually 23 years.
Hey, he threw up the heart for you. Even though we didn't get to meet you, I felt like we did.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's got a heck of a sense of humor. How about that?
Yes, he is funny.
But on that note, we're gonna sign out, guys. Love you guys. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Sometimes you got to hold it because it